Hello everyone, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Erica. I am a divine feminine on this twin flame path of ascension. I've been on this journey for, I guess, lifetimes, but I've been conscious of the twin flame journey since somewhere about 2020, after thinking that I had been smack dab in the middle of a runner-chaser dynamic with the person that I thought was my twin flame for a number of years. I just this week came to the full realization that the person that I suspected as my twin flame is not my twin flame at all. So I guess that's what some people term catalyst twin flame, false twin flame, karmic twin flame, etc. Now, as I am a psychic divine channel, you would think that that would have taken a really big blunt on my ego. And you know what? Had I not thankfully followed the truest ascension advice I'd ever gotten and I could ever give anyone, and that's just to follow your heart, what you feel in every single moment, no matter what. If I wasn't doing that, maybe it would have, but instead, aside from being incredibly, incredibly happy and trying not to let that overwhelm me, I wasn't even mad in the slightest that I spent years holding on to the idea of someone that was not my person. And it's my hopes that in sharing a little bit about that in this video with you guys, as I have kind of shared some of my journey in the past and I'm being called to continue to do so as it evolves with me, I'm hoping that it'll help some people in their own journeys, make sense of things. Everyone's journey is so different, but it's just kind of surreal. So first of all, I guess I'll start by saying your false twin will very much mimic your real twin in whatever way it makes sense to you. With mine, they look nothing alike, they act nothing alike, really. But energetic signature wise, yeah, like so similar. So I just thought this entire time that I was conscious of this journey that one was one of my soulmates and one was my twin. That's true, just I guess switch in some regard. And so in the beginning, your false twin will mirror you, just like your real twin would, and then start to bring up all those issues, right? And that's where you get that runner and chaser that starts to ensue. Only as time progresses on this journey, with a false twin, you'll start to notice, like, you'll feel, because as the divine feminine, you feel your twin in your heart. When you're aligned with your own heart, the love that you're feeling in this other person, it's not actually in them. And you know that, even though you know that their soul's inside that body. You know that the soul, the love that you feel, it's not that third dimensional person. But you just keep assuming, based on everything that we've learned, that eventually this person is going to awaken into the soul that you're feeling, and that's going to be your divine counterpart. And as you progress, you'll notice with the false twin, and this is thankfully what I guess finally kicked me along the path of realizing who my true twin really has been all along. And because I just kept saying to myself or to my guides, like, okay, there's no way my person who is a natural born leader, my person who is a nurturer, my person who is, a protector, who I felt inside, I'm like, he would never, like, my person would never take this long. And so I just kept thinking that that was my ego's expression, like not being willing to give him enough time or whatever, right? Like, no, everyone's on their own time, Erica. But that just kept feeling the truest to me, like, no. If he was truly my person, at this stage, knowing what we both know, whatever, he would, be ready to want to do this journey together and the rest of the, stuff together, whatever that would mean. I'm just like, there's no way. Like, there's just no way. But yet I was seeing the signs everywhere. So as you start to ascend, I would like to mention, if you are on the twin flame journey or the ascension path and you aren't yet conscious of the fact that we create things with our minds, well, I promise you that that is very much true. And if you study universal law, which you should be doing if you're on the path of ascension, you'll start to realize that in your own regard. Label it whatever, law of assumption, law of attraction. I think everything's essentially all the same. It is. It's all attraction, but it's, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that in this video anyways. But you will. So you attach the label or whatever it is, twin flame, say, to your person. So my false twin, I attached the label of twin flame to. And so whenever I would see his name, I would take that as a sign. I would constantly not feel it like connected to him in separation. I would constantly try to detach, and I wouldn't feel like I was obsessed with him or whatever. And then I would just see his name everywhere again, and I was just honestly recreating those experiences for myself because I wasn't getting a handle on the fact that I'm a very strong creator. And as the divine feminine, as you align more and more and more with yourself, with your soul, with your magnetism and your creator energy, you start to become a more powerful magnetic creator. It's just what happens as a byproduct of you raising your vibration and frequency. So you'll notice that your false twin, or the person you're thinking your twin, it'll just consistently start to cause more and more doubt and confusion on your journey. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And that's exactly where I was for 2 years. Like, why do I see all those signs, but I don't feel like that's true for me, And so that's why I kind of took a hiatus from social media, and I really just needed to get clear with me. I knew that I was obviously missing something. And this is when, I think the first time is when I started to really dive into numerology with who is actually my real twin, who I thought at the time was my soulmate. And I kept thinking, it must be him. It must be him. And I'm not going to share his name in this video, just because I just came to the realization of it and probably already said too much to him. And so we're still figuring out our own things. And if one day he was okay with it, then yeah, I'll share all the things. But sorry. Yeah, see, thought about my real twin for like a second there, and I just kept holding that energy. It's different. It's different. But yeah, so, it didn't make sense. And the numerology it seemed more towards the false twin. And I think it's because my ego wanted to see that, making connections and stuff where, like, yeah, they were there, but that's, with soulmates, you have a lot of those synchronicities as well. And so, you can't really put, okay, well, this one hits 16 points on my chart and this one only hits 9. Like, that's not all it's about. You have to feel the truth only from within your heart, and nobody and nothing else can tell you anything but that. And I promise you that at the end of this video, I hope that's the biggest point that you take away from this. Authenticity, following your own heart and following your own soul is the only way to your own ascension, to your own growth, to your own inner union, which is union with God, the universe, and ultimately your twin. So along the journey, another major sign to watch out for, if you're wondering, maybe, are you on a false twin path, or do you have a karmic twin in your path? And let me reiterate, and for those of you that haven't followed me, I made it very clear to the whole universe that I just very much thought I was sure who my twin flame was. But I did only ever follow the love that I was feeling inside. I never tried to manifest the person. I knew I felt this twin, and I just kept trying to align with me so that I could eventually align with that. So yeah, another sign is that if you're continuously on a path trying to chase a false twin, you'll notice that everything that you try to do is unsuccessful. I mean, you might have some success in things and whatever, and of course, as you're aligning with yourself, you're becoming so incredibly happy inside that, the material world starts to no longer matter, right? And so it's a lot easier to continuously stay in those vibrations and grow and whatever. But for myself, I kept starting very powerful things that could be very, very successful, and then finding everything, like, it was always, of course, an external force, but it would just like completely be you know, like that Tower card in tarot, just destruction, all of a sudden, all this sudden change. But I would feel like, okay, well, that's meant to be, you know. It was constantly either my guides, higher selves, God, universe, whatever, redirecting me, because I kept just maintaining that I want to be on the right path. If I'm making a mistake, please align me to what's for me. And so things just weren't working. And you'll notice that, like, if you've been on this journey for a while, and like I said, you've been led to this video, so you maybe are wondering about your own path, it's just not feeling right. Everything in your life is just unaligned, even if you're feeling aligned. So that's exactly where I was. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I know, like, I'm aligned with me. Why is everything that I'm trying to do in the external world not working? Like, I don't understand. And because you're trying to chase something that doesn't exist, you're chasing a false twin. So you would never ever get there. You know what I mean? Like, they don't exist. So you're never going to catch them. Meaning the journey that you're on, thinking that it's going to lead you to that person or whatever, that's never going to work. And so you'll notice that, like, yeah, you'll be obviously called then to stop, which is what I was called to. Take a complete time out from the world and get real about you. What do you feel? What do you want? And so that was me. I kept thinking, like, I was getting all these different ideas for my mission. So I kept trying to follow my mission, my purpose, because that is I'm incredibly passionate about that more than anything else. I love the fact that I am a twin and that my love is helping to change the world in whatever small, crazy way that it is. I can't imagine doing anything else but this ever. But I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm missing it. So I really took some time. And then as that was happening, the realization came, like, stronger, like, you know what, even if this person Matt, who I thought was my twin for a couple of years, even if he is, I think I'm done. And I finally came to some acceptance of, like, being completely content that I would be so happy on mission forever that I didn't ever need to be with my person. It would be fine. I'd be fine alone or whatever. And it was like, as soon as I made that decision, like, actually, like, as soon as I was like, you know what, fuck this twin flame journey. I'm cool with my personal ascension, part of my language. Then all of a sudden I was catalyzed on a new path. And so I just got to the new town where I'm living, that I've been called to multiple times on my path, which I should have clued in before. And as soon as I was with my real twin, he voiced some concern, and, like, something super energetic happened. And it wasn't even like, you know, like something over the top, but the genuine, like, care, I guess, that I felt from him, that was the signature, you know. It was like, all of a sudden, like, in that moment too, so I was trying to, like, not make it clear to him, like, I'm having a revelation in my head, that it was always him. Like I kept saying before, and I would feel like it was and I would say my twin's higher self would send me all these people, and they'd all have the name of my false twin. And it was, I swear, that was all just my real twin's higher self doing all those things. Because that energy's always been him. And so it was just the strangest energetic moment, and only those of you that are on the path that have had moments like this, like, not the same thing, but you know what I mean, like, just these energetic, whoa, will maybe understand. But then it just all started to click with me, like so many things. And so then I was going back through, because I keep everything myself, like videos, screenshot, everything. I've got, like, just SD cards upon SD cards, because so I can look back at any time and be like, what was I doing that day? What was, you know, so I'm going back and I'm like, oh my God. My higher self did try to tell me for the last couple of years, like, so many times strongly, and I've had other psychics, so many things, and I don't understand why the ego was not letting me let go of the false twin. I don't understand, because looking back at it now, I'm thinking, well, I must have been embarrassed to admit to like the old community that I was pushed out of throughout this path, where my false twin lives. Like they would all think I'm stupid because for a portion of my journey, I of course thought that at one point that person would pick me, and those 10,000 people who thought I was insane for following this journey full-heartedly, that I'd be vindicated, and that was how our love specifically would help, all of these people by seeing the truth in love. That's actually what I believed at one point. Laugh, it's fine, but that's what I believed, and then I realized, I'm like, oh my God. Because like, that was a belief from a long time ago. And when I came to this realization, I'm supposed to set his name on here, so if I do that, I'm sorry. But when I came to the realization of who my real twin is, and again, like, let me just say, like, so happy, like it's because I did love him once in the past, but I had already healed that love without even ever telling him long ago. And so I do feel like the false twin, the catalyst twin, or whatever, not everyone on a twin path has to go through that, but if you are, I do feel like it's because there was still more lessons that you definitely needed to be ready for your true twin. And no, you don't just get healed and then you get to be with your twin. So if you think that you have to heal yourself all the way or you're never going to get to be in union with your real twin, that's insane. You and your twin are meant to do separate journeys to a certain extent. And then once you reach a certain energetic signature where you guys are both on similar paths, that's literally when the time of a physical reunion has to happen, because then the next part of your soul's growth and expansion is together. Those journeys and those things can't be experienced as an individual or as a single person. It's only what can be experienced when the two become one, essentially, right? So just follow your heart for sure. Follow what's true to you, no matter how long it might take. I spent 3 years chasing the wrong person. But again, I'm not even mad, because even though I don't know what's in store for me and my real twin now, and what that'll entail, like, if you can't let your old twin go, you will be held back, from the potential union with your real twin. So a lot of different twin flame guides, information, things that you can find from different religions on spiritual ascension, etc. Everything I've done, and I've done a lot of research, the truest path to ascension is union with self, which is union with God, which is union with your twin. Oh yeah, which brings me, I guess, to another major point that I wanted to make too on the video, is that they say, and it's true, that your true twin will be catalyzed along the spiritual path, to whatever degree that means for them and for you and your guys' individual ascensions, as you grow. Which is another big sign for me, because I kept like, I am committed to my path. I'm not going to say that I'm ever like full 24/7. Probably my thoughts get ahead of me too. I'm still just learning. I'm just, we're all just doing the best we can. But I'm fully committed. Fully committed. And my twin was still, like, after years, or my ex-twin. See, it's really hard. This is all confusing, and I hate the label, so I think I'm dropping them all. Just FYI, as I'm going through my own trends, but just try to explain it. Yeah, he just is still in the same place, and like, for all I know, maybe I've sparked some internal growth, but it's not evident, in any regard. But then as soon as I was reconnected with my true person, things he started to just say to me, right? And the things that he's asking, and I'm looking around at all the stuff that he's been like doing, creating, painting. I love it so much. But just like, I'm looking at the things and I'm just taking it all in, and I'm like, holy shit. Because that's true. With your real twin, like I said, it's different for everybody. Everything's going to be completely different for everyone, but he's been being pulled along by my ascension, essentially, for real. And I'm just so grateful. Like, again, I don't know what it means, and I'm really thankful that I've spent all these years crazily obsessed with the wrong person, because the amount of strength that I gained from it is what I think I'm gonna need in order to stay in this state of surrender to the divine will, right? And not, I was gonna say both force things and fuck things up at the same time, but I couldn't pick one, but both are true. Because I do know and accept and believe full-heartedly that following myself, my heart, my guidance, God, is leading me towards the best love I'm ever going to have, and we're going to share that love with the entire world. And I know that it's like here now, just because like I can feel that, you know, like, so even if here now still means I got to be patient and stuff, whatever, you know. I'm so fucking happy that I was wrong. And that's not a jab at my false twin at all. Well, I don't know if I got everything in there that I wanted to share, but I hope so. Surreal. See, I was going to say surreal, but then I was cutting and I wasn't going to show you guys this card yet because I was going to shuffle first and tell you why I was pulling out these cards. But this one says shelter. So what I'm going to do with these cards, these are cards, it's a homemade deck that I made. I am going to have these printed very soon, so if anybody likes them, you know, just check back for my stuff in the near future. I've got a couple things that I'll be releasing very, very shortly that I've been working on for a while, but in silence. But anyways, I'm going to pull some cards here from them. I'm not going to ask any questions here or anything. I'm literally just going to keep cutting them as I feel intuitively called to, because obviously if you're watching this video, for any regard, you're on some sort of divine love path. So there are messages in here. There are cards that do say things like twin flame, soulmates, karmics, things like that. So it's my hope, as with anything else, 2222, that you can get some little extra divinely channeled messages through me, through the cards, through whatever you see. Remember to always take what resonates for you, leave the rest, as this is a collective reading. There are collective messages, and not everything is for everyone. So turtle, I just saw. I'm being told not to read it. Support. Okay. I knew that butterfly was going to come out. I've seen it at the bottom. So yeah, there's lots of transformations happening here. And I would like to say, okay, I was not going to get into it in this video because I'm going to create some more stuff, but I just wanted to say, so for a lot of you on the journey, we're coming up to solar eclipse. We're obviously in eclipse season. We just had lunar eclipse, and now we're coming to the new moon solar eclipse, which also aligns with what they call the Devil's Comet, which is a horn-shaped, moon-shaped sort of comet that comes every 70 years-ish, kind of like Halley's Comet. Hasn't came since 1954. Lots of significant things happened around that time. So the energy of the eclipse mixed with this comet is, this is what brought me this clarity. Like, I know it. I know this energy brought in a lot of clarity. So I know that for a lot of twins, the same thing is happening in this season right now. Like a lot of transformations, a lot of, so it says transformation of a relationship, which is exactly like what I am psychically feeling. Like a lot of things are being very much brought to light, exposed, changed, freed, you know, because there are a lot of true unions that are happening in 2024, 24:40 on the clock. It's true, it's time. There's going to be a lot of things happening globally. I'm going to make another video too about that predictions. I don't want to scare anybody. Like, just everyone's got it as a line of love. Be okay, you know? But it's happening for a reason, right? Twins are here. on mission. That's not a lie. We, the all true twins, know that. So there's lots of changes going, right? So you guys really align with self, soul union. Yeah, it's the other card that came. I'll read them both, but you are transforming. You know, a lot of inner unions are happening, and which is bringing the external unions for the twins in the physical. It's time that you guys merge, right? Oneness, infinity, divine masculine and feminine, souls mating, soul merge, twin flames. So if somebody was looking for some signs, there's that. But yeah, this says freedom from blocks, wisdom, growth, strength, and being your truest self. So yeah, by honoring yourself, being true to self, and it's easier said than done, right? But that in every moment, in every decision you're going to make, how does it feel? And if you're not one that's familiar, comfortable, experienced, whatever you want to say, at following your heart or intuition, then that's what your work is, right? That's what we call inner work. Then you got to figure out what that next step is. You know, if you don't meditate, then that's where you got to start. Self-awareness, mindfulness will help you be more attuned to the things that you're needing in order to progress as a spiritual, divine feminine, divine masculine, if you're watching it, whatever, you know. Mirror. Yeah, see? So self-reflection. Thank you. Mirror each other, being honest with yourself, wisdom, clarity, transformation, shadow work, seeing your eyes in the mirror. Multiple messages in there I'm getting, obviously. This is to help confirm what I was just talking about, right? Being self-reflective, being honest with yourself. And yeah, being honest with yourself, they're saying, because if you're not honest with yourself, that's actually what finally led me here to where my real twin is. That's exactly what the question that I was like, hey, what do I actually want? Because here I was being led on all these different avenues of mission, and I was like, I could be content with each and every single one of these lifestyles. I realized that, you know, I'm like, I'd be happy with any of those. So I'm like, well, how do I don't know, like, what do I want? Got real fucking clear about it, you know, because like some people feel like, you know, wanting the little simple things in life is what's wrong. I had an actually really powerful conversation with my mom yesterday, who my soul's growth has helped my mom grow up. Sounds like a silly thing to say, Mom, if you see this, I'm sorry, I love you, but like, whatever. That in itself is enough for me to keep going on this journey. But anyways, she mentioned to me how when she was younger, either her mom or her grandma, somebody asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up, and she said a mom. And then they were like, no, like, get real, like, what do you want to be? And she said, no, I want to be a mom. And then she's talking, I remember feeling that way too. And watching her and being like, oh, I can't wait till I'm a mom. Sidebar, for those of you that don't know me, one of the biggest karmic lessons on my path has been having my children ripped away from me unjustly by a very, very powerful group of corrupt people in my ex-karmic. That's another video though, because that's going to be about how you can push through any amount of living hell as a divine feminine and still come out gracefully on the other side. Anyways, yeah, see, karmic. Tough lessons, codependency, not being true to self, stuck cycles. Anyways, so get real about what you want, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'd be cool traveling the world. I'd be cool doing this. I'd be cool helping with this project. I'd be cool helping with this project. I'd be cool helping with this project. And I know that whatever it is that I do for the rest of my life is what I'm meant to do. I know that I'm following my purpose, my path, my heart, with beyond a doubt now. And whether my real twin wants to join this crazy journey with me or not, you know, I'm full speed ahead with God, with me, with love. Something tells me he's gonna want to join this crazy journey, whatever that means for him, because that doesn't mean, you know, it's everything for themselves too, you know what I mean? Like, thankfully, I know my twins like me, we value freedom, so I know that, like, we're never gonna hold each other back if we have separate interests. So I don't expect him to ever, unless he wants to, because if he didn't want to, I'd be all in. But like, if he doesn't ever want to join my crazy path in like the regards to this woohoo stuff or what, you know what I mean? Like, that would never matter. And so whatever, I'm just excited to see whatever. I don't want to get into that. But what I wanted, what I got real and what I said what I want, for one, my kids back, which I'm almost finally, thankfully, have gotten. I'm almost free. And I want to be in love. I want to be married. I want to love someone. I want to grow with someone. And I want to just do that, you know. I want the simple life, which I know I'm not going to have as this divine twin flame. but that's okay too, because like I want the simple life, but like, you know, I want it with a person, but I want to still, I don't know. But yeah, I knew that I was ready to not be single anymore. I knew that for like a little bit of a while. Like I thought I'd always be single. I used to think that anyways, or want that even too. But then no. I want my divine love. I want my soul union. I want it with my person. And then yeah, I don't know. I guess to figure out what's next together, I think maybe is what it is. But that's exactly what I realized I wanted. And then in a week I was here. And it just, you know, it was just so quick. So maybe I'm being preemptive and even putting this up, and maybe I'm going to freak him out even by putting this up. Not that I haven't told him all of the things already. But this says gift, giving you a gift, equal exchange, offering you something, feeling like you're a gift to them, open to receive. But yeah, and as soon as I got real with that, what I wanted, I aligned with that. It's like it's time, 3111 on the clock. At least for this stage, you know what I mean? And so, I really hope this video is helping people because this journey is so crazy powerful. I want to be able to show you guys that so nobody thinks I cheated on what just fell on the floor, but it's union and respect. I'm going to grab them. Okay. These ones do show up not the greatest because they are, it's not this very heavy cardstock that I just drew them all on by hand, but union. Marriage, partnership, love, oneness of love and lovers, surrendering heart to union and connected to all. Respect. It says deep admiration, held in high esteem, honoring each other, empathy, wanting to do good by you. And then the cherish card. Oh, I grabbed a few. Cherish, you are such a gift to them, protecting your love, dear to their heart, cherishing your union and relationship. Somebody definitely is in a false twin situation who's watching this. I mean, I'm assuming multiple people are at some point at whatever stage that you find this, whenever, you know, for sure. Hidden intentions, insecure love. Oh, yeah, see, and here's one that's the wrong way. So, yeah, so somebody is texting with somebody, being love bombed currently, right now. I don't know how to give more clarity on who that person could be for you guys. Do I have any other cards? Yeah, I don't like that. Let's check out this love bomber. So real quick, before I end this video, just for whoever that's for the rest of you, hopefully you can click off. That's fine. If that doesn't resonate with you, then the rest of this video may not be for you. Message of concern. Yeah, see, so someone, I don't know, 333 for sure. Somebody's being love bombed. So here's coffin. Take that however it resonates. But for sure, someone's got to end something. Something's over. 19, number 19, that's a 10. Ending in a beginning for sure. Thoughts in the reverse. Yeah, see? Somebody, look at the way this guy is kind of looking up towards this girl on the card here. Just in reverse. I don't even read these cards in reverse usually, but when I'm just looking at pictures for psychic messages, whatever. An empty house, upside down house. Okay, so someone, okay, so not for everyone, but for sure, somebody here, you're the other woman or whatever, you know, like you're the other person. For sure. So you'll always be waiting. You really need to end something. Yeah, expectation up in the reverse too. Someone's love bombing you, like maybe they're gonna leave their wife. They're never gonna do that. Maybe you even share a child together, or they have a daughter together or something. There's a daughter. There's definitely a daughter though, even though it's just this child, it could be boy. And I read that for boys lots, but right now I'm seeing a little girl. He's not going to leave his family for you, whoever that is. Sorry, very sidebar message, but there's nothing I hate more than cheating. Yeah, mature woman. So, just so you know, whoever that was for. But for somebody else, commitments here. Proposing to you, taking your relationship to the next level. You are the only one for them. A gift, gesture, and a ring. Hooray, hooray. Okay, well, you guys, whew, 22, official person. Thoughts. All right, so, yeah, false twin flames. What a bitch, eh? To my false twin, if you see this, I'm actually so grateful to you, and there is a small possibility that you have a divine love still in your future. I say small because it is still small chance, but I believe that that would be my gift to you. Being that I still feel like you gave me a really big gift in catalyzing me towards my true person, who I'm very, very grateful is my person, and so I'm really hopeful that my false twin ever sees this, that you at least learned. I know I've learned, and so I hope you take whatever you were supposed to get out of this and you do what you could do for your highest good for it. To the rest of y'all following, I do feel like no matter what, I now have been so catapulted back on mission. Today I wanted to create 3 million things. I wanted to paint. I wanted to make 3 out of the 17 billion videos that I have started, things that I've done research for. I'm just still chilling for a sec and just letting myself collect myself a little bit more. But I just needed to get this one out. Just because it's such a big life-changing revelation, both for me and I guess whoever's involved. And because of my authenticity, I feel like anything that I'm hiding, then why am I hiding something? I don't know. I always feel, I don't know. So maybe I'm still purging old beliefs about certain things, because definitely my higher self has had to train me to shut my mouth sometimes. But no, I got clear with my heart first. I meditated on it, and I wanted to share this. Mostly because I'm so freaking happy. I actually laugh. For the last 2 days I've been walking around the street, and I do this a lot. I'm just this crazy psychic girl, so I laugh out loud to myself, to my guys, whatever. But it's been making me so happy just to out of nowhere, just be like, you guys fucking kidding me? Actually, what? Remember at first I was like, how come you didn't tell me sooner? And then I did actually get the 30 million psychic flashes all in a row. My psychic guidance works differently all the time, but of all the signs that I did get. Actually, I just want to end this video with those ones because they're kind of cute. So cute, I guess, for a weird journey. A couple years back, when I was still trying to actively chase my false twin, I booked a golf trip for his birthday to try to entice him to come out of town with me to the city where my real twin lives. Not consciously chose that, it's just what happened. We didn't end up going because my false twin blew me off and I canceled the trip. And then later, either the same year or the next year, I was trying to get a mobility application to move my children, and my very first family lawyer, I didn't realize I said this until I was just reviewing things the other day. I said to her, okay, I need this ASAP, please schedule this mobility application because I need to move to blank. And I literally gave her the city where my real twin lives. Didn't end up moving here then. Just several months ago, moving to the province where my twin lives. And planned to, and he'd offered, it was one of so sweet, and I don't know what it was. It was weird. He's like, well, if it'll help you, I could get you a hotel for you and your kids here, while you're figuring out stuff going on. And I was like, okay. So I said yes. And then the last minute, I'm like, hey, via text message, don't do that. I'm not coming by. And I went somewhere else. I don't know why. I've thought about it lots. I can't even tell you. It was just yeah, I do know why a little bit. At the moment I thought like, no, I'm like, I'm not like doing this to go be in another relationship or something. Not that I just got out of one, like I've been single most of this time, but I don't know. I was like, no, I'm not doing that I don't want it to be about him. And so I still feel like I made the right choice because I was just really being true to me, and I'm still here now. But I was just laughing because it's like so many times and so many things that, you know, I was almost here. Sudden change. But then, yeah, see? This just kept happening to my life because I was in the wrong place. Transformation endings, end of an era. Divine intervention. Opening their heart, surrendering, letting go of fears, dissolving ego, expressing true feelings, courage, being authentic. Alright, well, love you guys. Can't wait to share more of this crazy path with y'all. Harmony, you are their perfect match, made for you, 2 peas in a pod. Yay! Peas in a pod.